Hey, this is Dylan. I'm making this video. I didn't want to make this video, but I'm making this video about a dream I had in on August 21st, 2020. It was kind of like a vision inside of a dream, and I've had a few of those before where it was like an out-of-body experience is the only way I can describe it. But anyway, so in the dream starts out, I'm in this living room, and I'm talking to my friend who died in 2011, and we're talking, and it's kind of starts, and the dream just starts in the middle of this conversation, and I'm saying to him, now that you're a Christian, you're going to have to go out and share the gospel with people. And he gets angry and kind of puts up his fist, and he says, what's the problem? And I kind of understood what he meant was like, what, why are you complaining about having to go out and share the gospel with people? And then I put my head down, and I'm kind of turning around. I'm looking at this clock or something on a mantle, and it looked like one of those after 8 clocks. I don't remember what they're called. Anyway, and so he's kind of angry at me, and I'm just making excuses. Oh, people don't want to hear it, sharing the gospel. Anyway, so next thing I know, and by the way, he was not a Christian. I mean, I have reason to believe maybe he became a Christian when he, right before he died. He died of a drug overdose. His name was Leaf. Really great guy, an amazing guy, kind of like a Peter type character from the Bible. Just like no guile in him, just everybody liked him. You should have seen the amount of people that came to his wake. He's just like one of these people that you would meet, like, it's so rare. Just, never had anything bad to say about anybody. Give you the shirt off his back. Anyway, so, but he died in the hospital, of a brain aneurysm after an overdose. Anyway, so, next thing I know, me and him are walking back to this same building, or maybe it's a different building, and we're kind of in a mountainous area. I can only describe it like maybe like Costa Rica or something, where it seemed like it could be, but I think it may not have even been on this plane of existence. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. But so he was basically, we're walking in, and I had this feeling, I couldn't remember what we had been doing, but I had this feeling like we had just been having like this all day long. Like when you're kids, like you're out all day just having fun, and yet we were adults, but that just doesn't happen when you're an adult. When you're a kid, you just have those days where you're just out having fun, like we're out like jumping in like crystal clear, off of rocks into crystal clear water under, like just hiking, just having fun, like we were kids again. And so that was what the feeling was. And we were walking back to the house, or this building, in this mountainous area. And we're walking up into the building. It's like 3 steps into this building. And I end up looking, we're talking, and I end up saying something to my friend Leaf, and when I turn my head, I'm walking up the stairs first, and I turn my head to say something to him. I look down, and he's like dropped dead. He's like on the ground, but it's like he's already, he was alive 1 second ago, but now he's on the ground, and he's all shriveled up, like he had died of like starvation is the only way I could describe it. Like totally like with no skin on, no meat on his bones. And he's missing, I believe it was his left arm. It was missing, and but the skin had healed. It wasn't like a fresh injury. It looked like it had long healed a long time ago. Anyway, so this basically what ends up happening next is I look up, and there's this white mist falling from above, and I just had this thought, oh my God, we're under attack. I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, so I grabbed him, and I picked him up, and there's no way I could have ever carried him, but I picked him up, and I start running down the hill with him, and I passed by a group of people. Now my friend was, I don't know if this is important to the story, but my friend, he's like a Caucasian looking guy, and we ran by a group of other people that all, I think they were all Caucasian. I don't know. The ones I saw were, anyway, there was like maybe like, I don't know, 5 to 10 of them all lying on the ground, kind of almost in a circle, but I don't know if they were in exactly a circle. And they were also all dead, and they also had all been shriveled up like they died in a famine. So yeah, except they all had their arms. And then I just kept running down the mountain, and I woke up, and I started thinking, I was sitting at the end of my bed, and I was thinking, wow, what was that? What was that all about? And so I started thinking about it. I started thinking, what, you know, the imagery of it. What did the imagery mean? And the imagery was, the first thing I thought of was, you know, obviously a famine, because it looked like everybody was starved to death. And the other thing was, my friend was missing his arm, and I remember seeing a documentary about the Rwanda genocide, the Rwanda civil war between the Hutu and the Tutsis, where there was a lot of people who survived it. They were missing an arm. You know, they're still missing an arm that got hacked off with a machete. And so I thought, oh, like a civil war, a hateful, tribal civil war followed by a famine, is what I was taking from the dream. And so I prayed to God. I said, is that what it means? And then I went to go read my Bible, and I don't remember where I was in the Bible. I just read it, you know, from cover to cover, and I just 15 minutes a day. And I didn't remember where I had left off, but it turns out where I had left off was chapter 41 of Genesis. And if you know what chapter 41 of Genesis is, that's the story of the 7 years of famine and 7 years of plenty in the Bible. And so I thought to myself, you know, I didn't know what it meant. But anyway, so 2027 is 7 years from the date of that dream. I don't know if that's significant, but that's what the dream was. All right, guys.